Biped lang naman yan. Sayaw-sayaw, tapos puro laro lang.
When you live for a strong purpose, then hard work isn't an option. It's a necessity.
C-Fuse, A-Fuse, 4-Fuse, Biped.
Field Study 2, Activity 4, Group 7.
Crafting objectives that are specific, measurable, and attainable is one of the challenges that I encounter in crafting lessons. It requires precision and alignment with broader educational goals. You need to be varied and adaptable to cater to different learning styles, abilities, and interests while aligning with the objectives. To address these challenges, create map routine that shows how each activity aligns with the specific objectives. Design activities that build on one another. Start with foundational tasks, ensuring each step aligns with and build toward achieving the objectives.
Making a lesson plan requires thoughtful consideration and careful planning to ensure that learning objectives are met effectively. It involves selecting appropriate activities, using engaging techniques, and taking the requirements and interests of the students into account. All in all, developing a well-organized and purposeful lesson plan is a fulfilling activity that establishes a basis for interesting and significant opportunities for learning.
Defining clear learning objectives, pinning down exactly what I want my student to get out of the lesson. I expected there's so much to cover sometimes. It's tempting to cram too much and I'll need to focus on the key takeaways and make sure the objectives are clear, concise, measurable. This will help me stay on track and ensure students are learning what matters most.
Crafting objectives is my hardest part for me when making a lesson plan.
I believe that lesson planning is an essential tool for every teacher. It will serve as guide for all teachers in all universities to create effective teaching and learning practices. Teachers can also customize their knowledge to cover all the learning topics they need. In this context, teachers face many difficulties when creating lesson plans. For example, one of the challenges creating lesson plan is ensuring that the learning objectives are aligned with the curriculum standard. This is because designing a lesson plan that includes the right learning content requires a lot of attention. These are essential skills that every student needs in a real-life situation. Another challenge is balancing the learning objectives with all other parts of the lesson plan. To create effective learning style for different students, they must be well integrated rather. Learning objectives are important because they indicate what students can or expected to achieve. You need a well-written lesson plan, but effective classroom implementation. Teachers should actively engage students in learning, provide clear explanations, and encourage critical thinking. With proper implementation, lesson plans can help students have meaningful learning experiences. Finally, by researching and seeking the advice of a professional teacher, you can solve your problem. Doing so will provide us with a new knowledge and strategies that will help us create effective lesson plans.
Planning is a cornerstone of effective teaching, but it presents several common challenges. Identifying clear and measurable learning objectives, adapting to diverse student needs, and managing limited time and resources are among the initial hurdles. Engaging and motivating students throughout a lesson, effective assessment and evaluation, classroom behavior management, and adapting to individual learning styles present ongoing challenges.
Aligning our objectives to the ability and capability of our learners is the difficult part of crafting lesson plan. Learning objectives are important because they indicate what students can or are expected to achieve. They involve a written lesson plan But effective classroom implementation must also consider. Teachers should actively engage students in learning, provide clear expectations or explanations, and encourage critical thinking with proper implementation. Lesson plans can help students have meaningful learning experiences. And finally, by researching and seeking the advice of professional teachers, we can solve our problem. Doing so will provide us with new knowledge and strategies that will help us create effective lesson plans. And teacher must be flexible when it comes to meeting the needs of different students.
We just have one challenge we encountered in writing our lesson plan, and that is writing the new format of FS writing a lesson plan. They call it daily lesson lab, wherein many of us don't know how to draft, so we try to ask our English teacher, Ma'am Joanna Garcia, to give us advice on how to draft a daily lesson lab. So she gave us an example in the book, and we tried to make the daily lesson plan with the given tips and strategies on